Fantastic human. Hello. Today we're taking a deep dive into Goodnotes 7, an app that has long been associated with handwriting note taking, but is now trying to reinvent itself as something much bigger. In 2026, it runs across macOS, iOS, iPadOS, Windows, and Android. If you're a subscriber, you can sync across platforms using their Goodnotes cloud. Though we've had mixed reports about how reliable that sync is. Personally, I haven't tested it out, all because I'm logged into the Apple ecosystem. So let us know if you're using it on Android and Windows. How's the sync? The biggest leap forward is that Goodnotes 7 has moved beyond handwritten notes. You can now work with text documents, which suddenly makes the app feel relevant on the Mac. For years, Goodnotes was an iPad-first experience. And while handwriting on the iPad is still its soul, the addition of text documents means you can finally justify using it on a desktop. If you're someone who writes heavy text notes, especially when paired with its AI features, the Mac is the natural place to do that. You can add images with captions, embed videos, and even toggle paragraphs. That's a huge deal. It feels like body text has become its own separate layer inside the app, and that unlocks workflows that weren't possible before. Goodnotes 7 has also dipped into mind mapping. It's still a bit manual, but the connectors and shapes are fun to use. For visual learners, this is a welcome addition. On the Mac, where text-heavy workflows dominate, mind mapping feels natural. The question is whether the developers will expand this into a full-fledged tool or leave it as a lightweight feature. Collaboration is perhaps the most compelling reason to use Goodnotes 7. It's in real time, is animated, and supports conversations directly inside notebooks. You can send email invitations now, which keeps unwanted intruders out. You can also follow others as you work together. Compared to Apple Notes, which has decent collaboration, Goodnotes feels more dynamic and professional. Another reason to love Goodnotes 7 remains the ability to create huge pages for posters or large diagrams. At the other extreme, you can create really tiny pages for quick notes. The supported range is impressive, but the massive pages are what really stands out. And if you truly want no limits, you can use the infinite canvas. It has some limitations a while back, but those have since been resolved. So, you're not just forced to stick to the traditional notebook setup in Goodnotes 7. You can go beyond that. Not much has changed for a user interface though. The handwriting toolbar, The one containing all your pens is mobile, so you can place it on any side of the screen. When you're working on a crowded page, being able to move the toolbar out of the way keeps the canvas clean and uncluttered. And if sidebars annoy you, sometimes they do, you can turn them into floating windows. We finally have proper sticky notes where your handwriting actually sticks. You can rotate them too. Sign them with your username if you're collaborating, and they also support text, not just handwriting. I have to admit, they don't really look or feel like sticky notes, but they work. That is really all you need, isn't it? Then there are some things you won't really like about Goodnotes 7. Without dwelling too much on them, we really must at least mention them, right? Audio recording is limited because it only links to handwriting, not text. Its noise reduction is terrible. Instead of filtering background noise, it really just mutes everything. So you're stuck with the noise, or you get no audio at all, which both situations are not ideal. Body text also has limitations that make it difficult to work with. They're not font size options, so the default text is too small. And the workaround makes the headings ridiculously massive. And the empty screen space on the sides feels wasted. The margins are simply too big for my liking. In Goodnotes 7, the lasso tool combines the handwriting and highlighter colors. Change one, and you change both. This feels like a step backwards because most apps can selectively work on your highlighters without affecting your pens. Pricing is fairly flexible for Goodnotes 7. You can buy the app outright for $36, which is a one-time purchase, or you can opt for a subscription. The essential package is $12 a year, while the Pro version is $36 a year. If you lean heavily on AI features, there's also an AI Pass at $9 a month, which makes sense if you burn through credits quickly. I actually appreciate this tiered approach because it lets casual users stick with a one-time purchase while giving power users the option to unlock advanced tools. Despite these issues, Goodnotes 7 is ambitious. Always been. It's no longer just a handwriting app, it's evolving into a hybrid platform for text, visuals, and collaboration. It doesn't take away from the handwriting experience, though, it builds on it. The developers want to keep you inside the app, whether you're working on handwritten notes or text documents. So, the big question is whether Goodnotes 7 makes the app better for those who wanted more from their macOS experience. Let us know what you think. And until next time, fantastic human, stay fantastic.